Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with a very special build for you guys because this is my build for the Sims Through Decades collab hosted by Angel Creates. And we had to choose a decade in which we wanted to build something inspired by, and I decided to go with the 80s because I have been having so much fun building retro houses lately that I just thought building something related to the 80s would be great. So today we're actually building in Sequoia, that it's the world that we got with the Growing Together expansion pack, and we are actually building a house that has 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And it has space for 2 parents, 1 teenager and 1 preteen, or you can actually have 2 parents and 2 teenagers. And also there's a space for a cat. So yeah, I had so much fun. I was really excited about this build. I built it a long time ago, but because of that, I don't have anything from the Blast from the Past challenge that we got with the 25th birthday of The Sims. So yeah, there are no phones or anything like that. I didn't use any of the inflatable furniture. There's nothing from that challenge, so I'm sorry about that, but I still managed to make this house feel retro, I think, at least. And I just had so much fun. So building a house in the 80s is just so cool for me. I just really like it. You know that mid-century modern is my favorite style to build, but I think I just decided that it's not just mid-century because that means basically 40s and 50s inspired. It's just something retro. So from, I don't know, the 1950s to the 1990s, I think I would call that it's my favorite style to build in. So yeah, I just had so much fun. This collab was actually something that came just perfect because as I said, I have been having a lot of fun building retro builds, and when I saw this collab and I asked to be a part of it and I joined it, I just thought I need to be a part of this. I mean, it's something that is basically something retro. I really want to do it. And I wanted to build a family home because I have been having a lot of fun building family houses lately. I do enjoy building community lots, but I don't know. I think family homes are something that you can do so many things with. So yeah, that's why I decided to build a family home, and I ended up really liking it. I think this house was actually something that inspired me to build more houses, like retro houses. And I ended up really liking this house. I have to say, I already finished the Blast from the Past rewards challenge, and I actually used this house for that challenge. So I since we got those rewards challenges, I decided to create a specific save file for it. So I created a new save. I created a sim using the new items that we got, like the new hair, some of the new clothes and things like that. And I decided to make my sim live in this house. So I already play tested this build. So this build is fully functional, and that's something that I was so happy about because at least for me, I don't know if it's something that has been happening to any of you. Sometimes for me, my kitchens are glitchy, and I don't know why, because I do have a free counter for your Sims to cook on. I do have all the appliances needed. Sometimes I may forget the trash can, but you have a trash can outside, so it doesn't matter. But sometimes it just, I don't know, my kitchens don't work. Like my Sim cannot use the stove or cannot use the oven, or I don't know, they can access the fridge, things like that. And it's so great that I was able to playtest this build and that everything works. I think I didn't have to move a single thing from this house. So yeah, that was amazing. I really like that. And I'm doing some tiny details. As you can see here, I'm adding this sign here in the mailbox to pretend that it's like the family name. And I know this is something that you see like in movies. I don't know if something like this is actually like that in real life, because at least here in Chile, we don't use mailboxes. Actually, every house is fenced, so we don't have like the mailman or the people that send you things, we don't actually get that many things in paper or like something like that. So we have never really needed mailboxes. We use a lot of like digital things, so a lot of emails or I don't know, messages and things like that. Sometimes you will get like a bill or something that it's in paper, and the mailman would just like throw it in the yard and you will have to just grab it. And I don't know, something fun that happens a lot here is that if you have a dog, I mean, it's funny, it's not fun, it's funny but if you have a dog or something like that, because every house is fenced, sometimes the mailman would come, will throw, I don't know, a bill or something, and you have to grab it before your dog does. So yeah, that's something that happens. But we don't have like the mailbox thing. We don't use mailboxes. It's really weird to see a house that has a mailbox. So I don't know if what I do in the builds that I do is actually realistic for, at least for me, it's not, because we don't use mailboxes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I talked about that. Oh, because I added the name on the mailbox. But I think it's so fun to have something like that. I don't know. I always dreamed about having a house with a mailbox, I have to say, because I grew up watching movies from the US, and you see all these people living in nice suburbs and having mailboxes and houses that are not fenced in and things like that, and you just think, okay, I would love to live like that. But yeah, we don't do that in here. It's not normal at all. So I don't know, how is everything like in your country when it comes to like neighborhoods and things like that? Because at least here we don't have a separation between the city and the suburbs. We don't talk about that. Like, you either live in a specific I don't know, region of your country and you have everything there, but still I like to say that I live in the suburbs now, because I used to live in the city, like downtown, my city I would say, like in downtown. And I moved to a place in which you have only houses and there's no apartments, or at least you have some apartments, but it's not that massive and you don't have a lot of transportation and things like that. So I would call that the suburbs, but it's not something that people here actually calls like that. So I don't know, that's interesting. That doesn't have anything to do with the build whatsoever, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about that now. If I go like through all the places, is because I haven't slept that well. And my son today actually is turning 6 months old, so I'm really excited about that as well. We're gonna have like a tiny party for him. It's not a party, it's like a getaway. It's not, how do you call that, like people meeting and just eating, but that's it. So yeah, let's talk about this build, because we're decorating the kitchen. You saw me adding the microwave on top of the stove, and that's why, I mean, that's because I saw a lot of inspo pics, and I really like having the microwave on top of something, like in a cabinet instead of the counter. But that makes it not usable, so you cannot access the microwave. And the reason why I created a basement and I placed it like that is because I didn't want it to obstruct the use of the stove. Sometimes that happens when you place an item on top of another one. Sometimes I don't know, like sometimes one item blocks the other one, and I didn't want to take any risks when it came to this house because it's for a collab, so I really wanted to have everything functional. But yeah, the microwave is just a decor piece here in the kitchen. You don't need to use it. If you want to get rid of it and add like a functional one, you can easily do so. But I was trying to go with the aesthetic, and I was trying to go with what I saw in the inspo pics, and having it like that, it was just perfect. So yeah, that's what I did. And you see that we have this green carpet on the floor. I'm gonna get rid of it because that's not so 80s, that's more like 50s. So I decided to go with wood floors. like the same ones that I use throughout the house, as you can see. And this is a dining space, and it's kind of tiny, a little bit cramped, but your Sims can actually sit in every chair. They can use every space in here, so I think that's amazing. And there's something that I did in this house that I didn't realize I did until I started playing with this house, and it's that I have so many TVs in this house. Like in this area I have two. So there's one in the dining room, and there's another one in the living room. There's gonna be one in the parents' room. There's another one in one of the in the teens' room, and there's another one in the garage. So you have at least 5 TVs in this house, and I don't know how 80s that is. I don't think that's really realistic, because TVs were kind of expensive in the 80s. So I think you basically had one TV or no TV at all. But yeah, I just went crazy with it, and you see that I'm adding one of the TVs here in this hutch, and this hutch is actually from Cats and Dogs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Cats and Dogs. And I added the remote here as well, just as a tiny detail. Sometimes I like to add tiny details like this just to make it feel a little bit more realistic. And sometimes I forget that I do things like this. So you may see some things like that in my builds, and then you may not see it at all anymore. But yeah, tiny little details that I add to my builds. And every single room in this house, I based it on an inspo pic. So I just wanted to make it feel like it was really 80s inspired. And I used this fireplace from the Secret Sanctuary kit, and because I have never used it, and I thought it looked really nice in there, so I decided to add it in the living room. For a moment I was thinking that maybe it was just too much and I should get rid of it and use another one, but I ended up keeping it, so don't worry. But I don't know if I used any other items from that kit. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So if it bothers you, I'm really sorry. But it's the only item that I used from that kit, I'm pretty sure. And I still think it looks really nice. I really like this build and the fireplace and everything, so I loved it. I had so much fun decorating and stuff. I don't know, I lost the track of what I was saying. I'm really sorry. But yeah, we're decorating the living room, and I decided to move the chair, like the pink chair. I really wanted to have that pink chair because I saw an inspo pic that had that pink chair, and I thought, okay, this doesn't match at all with anything that I'm adding here, so I'm gonna use it because I don't know, I think it looks nice, and I decided to go with it. And that's kind of the only pink item in the whole living room dining space, and I just decided to use it anyways. I didn't care. I think it looks nice. I liked it a lot. So yeah, I decided to move it to the corner, because at that corner there between the living and the dining room, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that space, so I decided to move the chair over there. And I don't remember if I add something in there, actually. I don't exactly remember. Maybe I didn't add anything, maybe I kept that. But here I'm adding the TV, and yeah, that TV is from the Basement Treasures kit. It's definitely one of my favorite kits, and I think it's because it's a retro kind of kit, so I really like to use it. I think it's one of my favorites. I love it so much. And since we got the hot cocoa tray, I have been using it quite a lot, so I added it in here as well. And I really wanted to use the Comfy Gamer kit because I have kind of set a task for me or something that is trying to use this very specific kit in a build that you wouldn't think you can use it in. So yeah, I'm using the book here, like the open book. I put some pillows together, like some cushions together in there, pretending that maybe it was someone reading in there, that they just accommodate everything in there, and they sat on the couch or laid on the couch and were reading a book. And I'm gonna be using more items from that kit actually, so that's something really, really exciting, because I think it just shows versatility. When you have a very specific kind of pack or kit or anything like that, or content, and you are able to use it in a very different way than it was intended to, I think it just shows versatility and how you're able to use some items for things that you may think that you weren't going to use them. So yeah, I don't think that makes any sense, but hopefully you understand what I mean with that. Another thing that I did with this house is that I took a floor plan that I saw on Pinterest, and I based it on that. So basically this house is part also of my realistic floor plan save file, because I used a realistic floor plan to build this house. So that's why you see so many closets here. You have like 2, 3, maybe 4 closets in this house, and that's because those closets appeared in the floor plan that I based this house on. So yeah, I didn't create the floor plan myself. I took one from Pinterest. And so yeah, if you didn't know that, I actually have like a mini series or something, I would call it, but it's a playlist on my channel that it's the realistic floor plans is a playlist in which I build houses using realistic floor plans. So I take some from different sites and I recreate them in The Sims, and then I create a house based on that. And I think that helps a lot when you don't have any like much inspiration when it comes to building something or creating your own floor plan. I think it helps a lot that you take inspiration from floor plans that already exist, because sometimes you just don't have to think about that, and it just helps. I think it helps a lot. So yeah, I decided to take this floor plan and recreate it in The Sims and create a house based on that, and I think it came up really great. Having a house with only one bathroom is not something that I really like to have. Like every time that I build a house, I try to have as many bedrooms as bathrooms. So if I have like a 3-bedroom house, I will do my best to have 3 bathrooms, or at least 2.5 bathrooms. But sometimes you just have to go with the flow, and you just have to do what you see in these kinds of floor plans and just embrace the having only one bathroom. I know for like life experience that having only one bathroom when you have a family is just insane. I used to live in a house when we were all living together. When I was a little girl, we lived in a house with 5 we were 5 people living in a house with only one bathroom, and that was insane. It was horrible because like using the bathroom, taking turns and stuff like that, I just hate it so much. Right now we used to live in an apartment with 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and when it was only me in that apartment, it was great because it was only me. But then when my boyfriend moved in with me, taking turns to use the bathroom, it was, oh my god, I couldn't take that. It was horrible. I don't know if you have similar issues like that. But at least in my case, I do my best to have many bedrooms and bathrooms in the house. And here we're actually working on the main bedroom, and I did something that I have never done before, is using these tables, like dining tables, as nightstands. Because I saw many inspiration pictures, and you saw things like this, like having blankets or something like that covering the nightstands. It was something so used to something so common. So yeah, I decided to do that. And also having a lot of pictures here, I'm using the tool mod to freely rotate all these pictures that usually you see in the walls, to have them here on the nightstand. And yeah, that's really realistic as well, something that you really saw in the 80s and in the 90s. Like people used to have a lot of pictures laying around the house, and I don't think you see that anymore, like too much. I think people tend to have digital pictures now, so I really like to have the chance to do things like this. And here I used another item from the Comfy Gamer kit. It's the stack of books, and I decided to have like 1 or 2 books in there. I think it looks nice. I really like that. And yeah, we're just decorating more of this bedroom. I didn't have a specific kind of family in mind, just the type of Sims that would live here, but I didn't know exactly what the Sims did for a living. So I don't know if this is a family that has two working parents, or just one that works and the other one that stays at home, or anything like that. If you want to have like create like a storyline or something for the family living in here, you're more than welcome to do so. Also, this trick that I'm doing here makes the TV functional, so don't worry, you can actually watch the TV. But I really wanted to use this piece from the Basement Treasures kit and have it making it be functional, because I always thought that TV would be functional, and I just really wanted it to be functional. And when I realized that it was just a table and it didn't work, I was trying to come up with any ideas that could actually make that table be functional, the TV from that table be functional. And using that TV from the, I think it's the Get to Work expansion pack, I'm pretty sure. It just helps a lot. So use the tool mode to move it a little bit, to size it up, or size it down actually a little, and it just fits perfectly. This is the teens room, and I love this bedroom. I think it's my favorite room of all the rooms in the house. I think I loved it so much because something that really I really like about teens rooms in the 80s is how many things you had in a bedroom. You had so many things, like a lot of posters, a lot of different pieces of clutter. You saw this classic teenage boy room that it was a lot of dark wood tones with a blue wallpaper, a really dark blue wallpaper, and a lot of different things and a lot of posters. And that's really something that I wanted to do, and that actually I think that I accomplished building this bedroom, like decorating everything. And as I said, I placed this at everything, so this bedroom, everything that you see here actually functions. And I don't know, when I finished this bedroom and I saw it and I took a screenshot of all of it, I just thought it was so 80s. I loved it so much. I think this is the most 80s room in the whole house. So I don't know, I'm so proud of this bedroom, even if it comes from me that I built this. But I don't know, I just really loved it. I used a lot of things like posters and things like that from the High School Years expansion pack, as you can see. High School Years has many, of course, teenager related things. But they are so functional in different kind of generations of builds. Like, I mean, if you want to build a house based on the 80s, or a modern house, or something that is based on the 50s or whatever, you can definitely use a lot of things from High School Years. And I think that's something amazing that the Sims team did, because that shows once again versatility when it comes to the items that you have in a pack. And I think that's something that we as builders really need to have. Items that are versatile, that you can definitely use in any single build that you want to use, like that you want to build. I don't know, I think it's just amazing. So High School Years came up so in handy when it came to this build. I loved it. And specifically to the bedrooms, so this one in particular, I really loved it. And I used, once again, items from the Comfy Gamer kit. I know that I mentioned that kit a lot, but I mean, I'm using items from a gamer kit in a house that is based on the 80s. So I think that says a lot. I don't know, but yeah, I thought that maybe the games that I added next to the TV were actually like VHS movies. So yeah, that was kind of my plan. I really want to have things like those, like VHS movies, maybe a TV that has a VHS player, something like that. I have been asking for things like that in The Sims 4, because I loved, like, my favorite TV in The Sims 1 is a TV that comes in a table with a VHS player, and it's just like a 18-inch TV or something like that. It's a really tiny TV, and you can easily use it in a bedroom or in a tiny living room or something, but it has a VHS player, and I really want to have more retro stuff in The Sims 4. So yeah, this is me trying to ask for more retro stuff, and specifically a VHS tape or a VHS player. It doesn't have to be functional. It can be just decorational, just like the telephones. But what you see doing here, I'm adding these couches. What am I saying? I'm adding these pillows here to cover up some of the edges of the chair that I used in at the end of the bed, and everything functional, so don't worry about that. And I know that I said that the bedroom was for a teenager, but I added a plushie, like a huge plushie, and also a toy chest in there. Something that I saw in many inspo pics was actually that teenagers used to have things like that as well, like toys from when they were younger. Maybe this is a child that just turned into a teenager, so they still have some toys over there, or they just don't want to get rid of the toy chest. That's something that you see a lot as well. So yeah, that's why I add those things in there. And this is the other teens room that I thought could be actually for a preteen, or maybe once again a teenager that, or like a sim that already turned a teenager, like they just turned into a teenager and they are like transitioning in ages. So this is for a girl that I think maybe this bedroom is a little bit more 90s inspired. But I saw the picture that inspired me to decorate this bedroom and I loved it, and I thought it was just perfect. And something that I saw and that I did in some other builds as well is that they had these like shelves throughout the bedroom, and they would have a lot of different toys, and throughout those toys were actually doll houses and things like that. So you see me adding the doll house here. And something that I did for this bedroom to be functional is that I added two single beds together, so your sim would only use the one on the right side, and I added all the random decor pieces that could actually block in some way the use of the bed. I added it on the left side, so it would block the bed that it's already been blocked. So yeah, it's not an issue. You don't have any problems with this bedroom either. And I just loved it. I was trying to channel my teenage girl and what I would like to have in a bedroom. Besides the pink, because I don't like pink, you know that by now. I have mentioned that quite a lot. And yeah, having a pink bedroom is definitely not something that I would have liked to have, but I think in decades past you will see a lot of pink bedrooms for girls and a lot of blue bedrooms for boys. So yeah, that's basically what I was trying to do here. And here I did this. Oh my god, I don't know how. I never thought of doing something like this. I don't know where I took the inspiration to do this, but I added this picnic basket and I added a plushie inside of it, and I loved it. I mean, I think it's something that I cannot forget to do, because if I ever forget to do this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I just think it looks so nice, and it's such a nice decor piece here. I don't know, I loved it. But yeah, here we're adding some more decoration. I added this chair that I'm pretty sure it's from Cats and Dogs. I almost never use these kinds of chairs because I don't know, they look too old for my liking. So I never use it, and I would never use it in a teenager's room, but in this case it just works perfectly. And yeah, you see pretty much what we're doing right now. Before we continue with this, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this collab, because I really want to encourage you guys to go and check out all the people that are part of this collab. You will have like the name of all the simmers that were part of this collab at the very end of the video. So instead of my traditional like outro in which I show you like a blue screen with my name on it and stuff, you will have the list of all the simmers that were part of this collab, so you can pause the video and check it out if you want. And you can go and see what everyone did, because there are so many talented people in this collab, and a lot of simmers were part of it. So I really encourage you to go and check it out and just go and give some love to these people, because everything that they did is just amazing. And here what we're trying to do, I was trying to rotate the headphones so they could be laying on the desk. I didn't want to use the ones from the like the configurator kit, because they were too modern, but they didn't look exactly how I was trying to do, I was trying to make them look, so I decided not to use them. But still, I decorated this like this tiny desk in here, and I don't know, I really like it. And now we're actually moving to the garage, and in the garage I wasn't sure what I was trying to do. I usually add like the washer and dryer machines and things like that, but we have like a tiny laundry room in the house, so I decided not to do the same thing. I was trying to create like I don't know, like an area for your Sims to do some crafts, so they could do some knitting if they wanted or things like that. I ended up scrapping that. I'm adding the piano here because I don't know, I thought that a piano was just perfect for this. I thought a piano just screams garage in the 80s. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, I changed the wallpaper and the flooring for something that felt a little bit more garage like, or even basement. I was thinking that maybe I was inspired by a basement to decorate the garage. And also I'm using this chair from, I think this is from, I don't know, the toddler stuff pack maybe, and I have never used it before, and I really wanted to use it because I saw it in many inspo pics, so I decided to use it in here. I think it looks really nice. Hopefully I'm gonna remember to use it more often. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I used it in here, and I think it's like the first time ever that I used that item, so I was so proud of myself for doing so. And here we're gonna be adding another TV, and we're gonna be adding the games console that we got with the other challenge. I don't remember the name of it. But the one that gave us a lot of retro items as well. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, that console, and I used it in here. I still really hoped that we had the controllers in the debug menu, but we don't, so I didn't add any controllers. But your Sims can come here and have like, I don't know, maybe dad likes to play video games and he has like this man cave, and he comes here and invites his friends over and they just play games here. I don't know, I was thinking something like that could happen in this garage. Maybe just this is like dad's space, like a man cave or something. They do have a piano here because maybe it was like the piece of furniture that they couldn't fit inside the house, and it was like a family heirloom or something, and they just wanted to keep it in the house, so they placed it in the garage. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what I was thinking about the family and stuff. And now we're working on the backyard. I was originally gonna do this like the pool that I always do, that is the rounded one with the stairs coming up, and it's this really tiny one. I decided not to do that one because I think I've added that kind of a pool too much to my builds lately, because I think it's the most realistic one and it's definitely my favorite one. But I decided not to use it in here. I decided to do something a little bit different, but still kind of similar to this. So we will have a different type of pool here. And I really wanted to make this space feel usable and feel lived in, and trying to make you feel like your Sims can actually have, like, I don't know, like a family gathering or something like that here in the house, and they can actually use the pool. They can have like a pool party or something like that. So there are a lot of colors coming here to the backyard. That's also something that I saw a lot in inspo pics as well from the 80s. A lot of bright yellows and blues and colors like that, and a lot of spaces for them to sit. So that's why I added this couch here. I think I added the clothing line as well. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I added the clothing line. You will see it on the screenshots if I did, because otherwise this house wouldn't be functional. But I know that I added the clothing line, and I know that I added the hampers as well. So yeah. Yeah, I did add a hamper. I think I saw it in the video. I don't remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But I'm pretty sure I did. Also, I added the litter box in the house, for the cat. So don't worry, because you will have a litter box as well. I think I added it in the laundry room. But that's going to be pretty much it. So I hope you really guys like this build. If you did, please remember to like this video. Also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also follow me on social media. Links are all in the description down below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.